Hello, it's time for another Plan As I Go, and it's going to be for September 23rd through September 29th. And I'm going to be using my Vertical Erin Condren planner and this sticker book from Recollections or Michael's, and this basic kit I made that's supposed to go with it, but the colors are a little off but I thought it still was okay. But I made it just for that book. Yeah. And I call it the basics kit because, as you can see, it's mostly basics. So here we go. I'm also using these washi tapes from Simply Gilded because I thought it went with it, and it doesn't have... No, that's a lie. The book does have washi strips, but they don't fit the width of the book, so yeah. Plus I have like 5 million things of washi tape, so might as well just use these. And I thought these colors went with it, and that is why I chose these. So putting these washi tapes down super crookedly, but that is fine. I'm sure you didn't notice, but it's pretty crooked. Okay, maybe that's a lie. Maybe you did notice it. I mean, look at that. Look at that white space on top. Like, what? Come on now. Then I'm whiting out the dates and the page flag on the top, and then using that washi tape, I left a little space on the top because I thought it looked nicer, not so crowded. I mean, usually I just don't leave the white space, but sometimes you just feel like it, and that's what I did because I felt like it. There you go. So now I'm using my date covers, and as you can see, I'm doing my usual Sunday through Saturday. Sometimes I wonder if I should stick to the Monday through Sunday, but then I'm like, if I do that, it'll confuse me a bit because my work schedule starts on Sunday. So I don't know, I'm still debating about that. What do you think? What do you think? Maybe I should just keep with the date covers. I mean, like, most kits come with date covers now, so blah blah. I don't know. That was a weird noise I made. So I'm adding decoration stickers. First I was doing the sidebar, but I was like, oh, let's just add some decoration stickers. So this is the part where I found out that these recollection stickers, as cute as they are, they do not stick very well when it's layered on top of something. Layered on top of paper is fine, but even my own sticker paper, it does not layer well, and the washi tape definitely not. It keeps falling off. So I am doing the sidebar. As you can see, I'm adding the full box tracker and then a little Be Creative sticker on top of a half box tracker. The full box tracker I was using to track my lunches, then the half box was to track how many days I studied Japanese. I'm doing self-study, and I'm doing pretty good this week. Pretty proud of myself. Then I use this full box with the lines in it and the quarter box layered on top, and that was for Happy Mail. I had a lot of Happy Mail. Most of it was pre-orders or subscriptions or things that were delayed because of weather and etc. So yeah, there's that. So I'm starting to plan on Sunday. First I use these quarter boxes. They're not quarter boxes, it's a 1/3 box. I lied. It has 2 squares in it, or rectangles, where I used to write my work schedule. And I got the idea from my friend Sticky Mix. She does these boxes called Double Bubble, and I wish more people would do them because when I do my work schedule, I have to write 2 lines. So yeah, not just the time you come in and then the time it ends. I need to write my lunch times because they end or go. I mean, my lunch times are different. So yes. Anyway, babbled. Then I stuck down this cactus sticker from the book, and I wrote that was payroll day, and don't panic or don't stress because those days lately I just get really stressed out on payroll days. Then I use this 1/3 box which has a little heart that says okay, and wrote that I had to train not my replacement, but my backup on this new spreadsheet that we just got the previous day. Fun stuff. And the boyfriend came over to my work on lunch and we had lunch together. Then I used a squiggly box from my my basic kit, but then I was like, oh, I need to separate stuff, so I used the washi tape. I thought that worked. As you can see, I'm filling in the Happy Meal. I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, like during the first few days I wasn't feeling that great about how it looked, but in the end I liked it. Maybe just not the first day. So on Monday I decided that I used too much of the stickers from the book, so I tried to use more from my basics kit because I wanted to see if whatever I put in the basics kit was enough, and yes, it was enough. So I stuck down another one of those 1/3 boxes to write my work schedule, then one of these simply gilded washi tapes with stripes on it. Then I really wanted to use this Sounds Exciting sticker because I thought it was really cute, and I used a half box and wrote that the servers were down most of the day, like 90% of the day. That was fun. Then I used one of my checklist boxes and don't forget header sticker that came with the book, and wrote the most important things I had to do because, like I said, it was down most of the day, so I had to make sure I did the most important stuff because the system kept going down. Then I used a squiggly box and this pizza sticker because I hung out with the boyfriend after work. So that is it for Monday. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I making weird noises? So I'm using this Papermate FLAIR pen, and it's I think it's drying out. So that's kind of sad because I haven't used it much. So I used another one of those stickers to write my work schedule. Then I used a rock on sticker and a meh because I'm trying to be positive the last few days, because like I said, the server went down on Monday and that was really bad and stressful. And then on Tuesday I had a flat tire. Oh, so much fun. Luckily I wasn't late, but annoying. So I used a checklist flag and wrote most of the things I had to do at work that day. And then I used this half box and wrote that I was starting to do lesson 2. You're like, what? Lesson 2 of my Japanese text. I'm using Genki for those who wanted to know. And then I used a squiggly box to write down which lesson I was doing. And I relaxed for the rest of the day. I know it's only lesson 2, but I just started, so yeah. So on Wednesday, yay, it's my day off. I only had one day off this week because my main backup had to go to a bunch of appointments apparently. So that was fine. So I used a half box and stuck down a sparkle sticker and wrote that it was my day off. Then I used this quarter box and wrote that it was laundry, and I put down the little laundry icon that came with my little basics kit, then a squiggly box and one of these grocery stickers from my kit, and wrote that I had to go on errands. So I wrote down where we went. We went to my mom's bank, and then we went to Smart and Final for groceries. And I cut down this, what did I do? I was whiting out the box. So I cut down the full box checklist and wrote the things I wanted to do. I wanted to do my bill planner. I call it a bill planner, but it's basically a list of all the bills that are due the next month, because it was near the end of the month and I almost forgot to do it. Whoops. and I wanted to review my notes. When I say review, I meant rewriting my notes. I like to rewrite because it actually helps me remember. And when I study, I do it on my lunch break at work, and it's super sloppy. And then when I review, as I call it, I rewrite them super neatly and possibly better, so I can review it better. You know. Anyway, and I didn't do much the rest of the day. So on Thursday, after my little work box, I used a 1/3 box and wrote that I had to do store supplies, except and I went to Starbucks because this was the day that I knew I was going to be mad and stressed out and super busy. So this is the day after the backup, not the main backup, but the one that is pretty incompetent and forgets everything. So I call it the aftermath, and I had to redo everything basically. Well, he did the labor tracker, he did do that, but he forgot how to do everything else, like everything, and he did it wrong. So I had to redo everything, and I couldn't do store supplies, and that was the week that we really needed store supplies. So I had to beg and plead to the other people to help me do store supplies because there was no way I could do them. So, because store supplies had to be done on Thursdays. So on Friday, it was a half day. Oh, I checked my P.O. box on Thursday, and that's when I got my pre-sale, woohoo, from Simply Gilded. That was exciting because I was waiting for that one the most. Anyway, back to Friday. Friday, I told myself that because I worked 6 days, if I could finish before my lunch, I was gonna do a half day. And I did. So before this part, I'm writing this part down. I mean, you're seeing this part that I'm filming. I did this in the morning before my day, and I ended up ripping it all up because guess what? I finished before my lunch, like 30 minutes before my lunch. So all this stuff can go away. I said it can go away, but like some of the stuff is the same, so. But I was so excited because I wanted to write what I did that day. Alright, here we go. I ripped it all up, well, after filling out the sidebar. Oh, one of my stickers was falling off, see? So I used a tape runner. See, here we go. We're gonna rip this part up. Oh, rip. You know what the funny thing is? I have undo. Like, I just got it, but I forgot I had it. So I ripped up my paper. Like literally it's ripped up. Anyway, so now I crossed out my other half of the schedule, stuck down that scallop box, and wrote that Simply Gilded had another new release that day, and I really wanted to get their Stardust one and the Halloween looking bow one. Guess what? I got it. Woohoo! Anyway, so after that, I used a half box and then stuck down these washi tapes from Simply Gilded again. The funny thing is, I think I really like the yellow. I never really liked the yellow before, but I really love the yellow for some reason. So in that half box, I wrote that I finished audit in half a day. Woohoo! Because Fridays are not my busy days at all, so that's good. Then I put down that bill sticker from my Little Basics kit and wrote that I had to pay my phone bill. Oh, well, I'll write it later, but there you go. So I used this 3 checklist box from the book and cut off the excess because it was a little too long. Then I put down this scalloped box thingy and wrote that I went to Black Bear Diner for lunch and stuck down a little meal icon next to it. So in that 3-box checklist, I wrote the places I went to. I went to Hobby Lobby, Target, and Barnes & Noble. And it's been a while since I've gone to those places, I think. Not to buy like essentials, but to like walk around. So that was fun. I know it doesn't sound like much, but There you go. So on Saturday, I decided to write down my big list of stuff I normally write when I'm working in audit. So I used first I stuck down my quarter box and wrote that to prepare for payroll, and then I used 2 of the checklist flags, and then there goes that giant list of stuff. One of the things was I wanted to turn in my vacation days, but I forgot to do that, so whoops. And there you go. That was the rest of the day. I ended up hanging out with the boyfriend at the end of the night, but I didn't fill it out until later, and I decided not to film it because I'm just gonna write date night on it. So that's it. And I'm adding in decoration stickers because this book comes with a lot of them. There you go. Here's what I used from the sticker book. Not much, actually. And here's what is left over from my basics kit. Not much. I mean, a lot still. But yeah, look at that. I did most of my Japanese study. Yay, so proud. So happy. Anyway. Ta-da! It's super bright. So I ended up liking this anyway, so yeah. And I babbled a lot. Sorry. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Bye!